The American Music Theater Project is a program that was started here about 5 years ago. And it is to support the process of developing new musicals. It is a real visionary opportunity to, on the grassroots level, help create new musicals. I actually saw a production of Sparrow that the House Theater of Chicago did. I saw it about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And I had this out-of-body experience when I was sitting in the audience and realized that the artists that created that piece were actually a very important new voice in the American theater. We hit on a wonderful opportunity with the American Music Theater Project, and we thought with Northwestern, the American Music Theater Project, and the House Theater of Chicago, we actually could forge our way to create a brand new musical which became Girls versus Boys, which included a classroom experience and an experience of developing a new musical with who I think is probably the most exciting group of new artists here in Chicago.
All right, so now I'm going to play a little teenage anthem. Let's just see what the speaker can handle.
It's about love, but then it's also kind of learning about love.
A lot of the challenge has been like, we want to create this thing that the songs are songs. They're not musical songs. They're not like songs. They're just songs.
The sense of it being about love and how dark that can be at times, and how real and unreal, and the abstract world that we're creating, and the fact that it's a musical.
Love or the pain of broken heart can really kill you. So if someone breaks up with you, you end up dead.
No one shows us what to do. We find out on our own. No one's here to help us through. We're all in this alone. There's him and her and them and you. And everyone you ever knew. And I am in there somewhere too.
The cards I'm dealt are tragedies.
The things I feel that no one sees. I'd die to make you look at me. I'd kill to make you mine.
One of us is keeping score.
So none of us are friends anymore.
And everybody wanting more is how the war begins.
Our death is knocking at my door. A pain I've never felt before. My self-entitled daily world is coming to an end.
I'm full of sex. I'm full of hate. I'm full of love, but love can wait. First, I have to find my fate and try to leave my mark.
I have to find a way to be a weapon that the world will see. I want to feel your eyes on me before I break your heart.
A conversation started at Northwestern and AMTP about perhaps bringing us up here. So that's when I started talking with David about ideas that we had for projects that we wanted to work on. And then the specific invitation to write a musical, for it to be a musical, was exciting because we do a lot of music in our shows, but we'd never quite set out to do a musical.
I have to know now. I can't wait until I'm older. Is the beauty in me or in the eye of the beholder?
he actually had an idea, the girls versus boys, and had been flirting with that idea for a very long time. And the nature of the story seemed to be symbiotic with a university cast of students.
There's a real struggle through adolescence to figure out the difference between love and sex and how we treat each other and what it all means. And I think the story through these 6 characters, and specifically then through Sam's journey through the play, is to figure out that the point is not to protect yourself. There's lots of weapons in the play and no armor. We shouldn't spend our lives worried about defending ourselves from heartbreak or preventing ourselves from heartbreak. We should find more elegant ways of being heartbroken.
I have to get a boyfriend. Do you have a boyfriend? Where do we get boyfriends?
You do not need to get anything. You don't have to play that stupid game.
Not play. Then how do I win?
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but there are consequences.
Like getting out?
No. No, there are worse things than having your heart broken. I'm hiding shades of him and the things he used to say and the way he said I love you and the way that made me stare as if what was true for him could be the truth for me, but it wasn't and I knew it. I just wanted it to be. So I answered back, I love you, and I took his loving side, 'cause I liked it when he loved me, and he loved me when I loved. God, I wish he would have doubted me or asked me for some proof, but no one ever doubts it when they wish it were the truth. When we speak in black and white, we're hiding shades of gray, and I've never known true love to work that way.
It was interesting going into rehearsals and figuring out, for me at least, the role of the ensemble and figuring out where we fit in. Because I remember talking through the show in class and being like, what is an ensemble going to do? You know? So it was really cool to see how we were put into the story and how we create the world around these 6 characters.
So this is the story that we're looking for. Is the girls thought that they would get the guy to love them, and the guy thought that they didn't need love, and they were both wrong, right? So this is the only place that we'll know that you failed in your quest after Prayer for Love. Does that make sense? So it should be pretty awful.
And then as we started to have a better sense of what the main 6 characters' journey was, then it was time to focus on how the ensemble, the 10 actors who play the ensemble characters, are mirroring that same journey, so that the whole play works like a fractal, like the smallest piece is as big as the largest piece, and so that we could zoom in on any one of the ensemble characters, and we would be telling the same story as we do when we zoom in on Casey and Lane, or Kruger and Kate.
It just feels like from the beginning we were always allowed to take ownership of it and like put our hearts into it and put our souls into it. And so now to get to see all of those things that we talked about in a circle in a classroom for so long and get to see them actually have life in them and be up on stage, it's incredible. It's so exciting.
The coolest thing about the way that Nate directs is he says these words a lot. He says, I think, and he says, I don't know. And it's so gratifying as a student and as an actor to be able to hear that, because sometimes you feel like someone's supposed to have all the answers, and it's ironically more assuring to hear someone go, I don't know what the answer is. Let's sit down and figure it out together. and that's wonderful. You feel like you have so much more license over the character and license over the story, and in the end, everyone's a million times more invested in the material because they feel like they own a part of it.
And then the lights will come up on everyone and everyone will be dead. And I don't have to know how that happened.
I feel like a big sort of Chicago philosophy on theater is ensemble based, but I feel like there are lots of sort of different versions of that. But what's really fantastic about working with the house and the whole idea of ensemble is really solidifying the idea that there is no possible way that this giant beast of a thing can operate without one piece of the puzzle. So it doesn't matter, like, if you don't speak, doesn't matter. If you don't sing, doesn't matter. If you only come on stage to dance, or if you only have a cross and then leave the stage, it doesn't matter how much or how little you are doing. You're always an integral part of telling this story.
I think that we place a huge emphasis on collaboration as part of our process, which means that the best idea wins, not the most ego-driven idea wins, or the most authoritative idea wins, or the loudest idea wins. It's like, I feel like Anna Kuzmanik is a brilliant designer, clearly knows exactly what she wants out of her costume piece, which is telling as much story as the movement is, with the butterflies that are being removed, and that's like her innocence is being lost. It has a certain amount of symbology to it there that is contained in her brain already. So I want to go to her and say, of course, yeah, please tell me how you see this moment happening, and I'll try and make your vision come to life, because the dress is so beautiful and the little red butterflies are so beautiful. I want to make them work the way that you see them working, and I'll just tell them how to do it and make that look as beautiful as I can.
I'm constantly in awe of how smart they all are. Like Nate and Chris and Jake and Tommy, all of them are like they just have such a keen eye for things, and they've been working together for so long that it's amazing how they play off of each other. And when Nate doesn't know what to do, Tommy will jump in, or Chris will. It's unbelievable. And I just feel fortunate to have experienced something like this that is so collaborative. And while they are such a tight group, I think it's incredible how they also can open up and make us feel a part of that in such a short period of time. I think they're incredible.
I entered the university having just written an essay about why I wanted to come to the university. My reason was to be involved with the American Music Theater Project and just work with these new projects and be involved with a show starting from the very beginning and watching it grow. I think Northwestern is so devoted to new works and so devoted to all the professors always are telling us to just say yes and just try something.
The faculty is incredible. They have so many connections. Jeff Award this, Tony Award that. Worked at the Goodman, worked at Steppenwolf. I mean, it's unreal. It's and people will know. If you put David Bell or Dominic Simi on your resume, people will know. If you put the WAMU show on your resume, people will know. Everyone knows.
They're gonna buy and collect you. They're gonna lie to protect you. They're gonna try to infect you. They're gonna kill and dissect you. They're gonna die and neglect you. They're never gonna respect you. Danger, danger, teenager, full of love and anger. What does anything mean? Long live the Queen. And every pill is a quick fix, and every liquor can't fix this, and every car crash a near miss, and every smoke makes a bad kiss, and every flick makes a bad wish, and every head makes a hard fist. Danger, danger, teenager, full of love and anger. What does anything mean? Long live the
Oh, this is fun.
I wish we'd been friends when we were little kids.
Yeah, but we're friends now.
Yeah, everything's so complicated now. I really wanted you to like me.
I do like you.
Yeah, but...
But what?
I miss the days before the war, when holding was what hands were for. I would pretend I was a cardinal, crimson mohawk and black mask, and you would swear that you had crystal powers, rainbow blast. And we'd go fighting crime to save the neighborhood by bedtime.
I miss the days before the war, when my voice sounded more like yours. We whistled and hummed ballads of toy soldiers and their drowning loves, and every song ended the same. Every prince was saved with a la 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 la.
I miss the days before the war, when you wore my clothes and I wore yours. We snuck out through the fence and buried all our treasures in the park. You drew the map so we could come back and still find them after dark. You held the flashlight, but I decided on the hats. I miss the days before the war, when kissing made it better than before, when harmony wasn't only in chords. Da 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 da. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Da 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 da. I miss the days before the war.
They are very positive, very hungry young artists who are excited and passionate, and then on top of that, they can sing anything we put in front of them. They can do just about every dance step Tommy can think of, and they have incredible empathy for these people. Perhaps the empathy is because they are not so far from them, but I think it's a trait that I hope they never lose it, because it will only serve them as they grow too.
I've got a lot to learn about my life, but don't hand me every wrong from every right. I'll piece together on my own from every line and every chord of every song, from every broken-hearted night. The lesson everyone is trying to teach me. What doesn't kill me makes me strong.
I couldn't do this at the House. The House is a small not-for-profit company on the north side. This is Northwestern University and everything that comes with it. It's a relationship I hope continues, and that I hope can grow in the industry between people who are creating new work and university venues who could make use of such an exchange between the professional world and the academic world.
I couldn't imagine having gone to any other school and getting out what I've gotten from this school and growing the way that I have from this school.
Sisters and brothers,